Les Kevin, Mortec, UTEC IT. Here we are with our podcast again. And today, Les, we're going to do something a little bit different, right?
Yes, sir.
We're going to try to have intelligent conversation, right?
That's totally different.
Yes, that would be a first for us.
Yes.
So
on this side of the table,
on
anyway.
this side, yes. And normally, that's never been a problem on that side.
Keep the brains.
But no, normally try to bring in exciting guests and
Right.
people from outside and just expose them to different things. We wanted to look internal today, right?
Absolutely. And, just our industry, our core business, is revolved around print. And, as we look and seek different ways to help our clients, table stakes have never been higher. And for our clients and their business as well as for UTEC.
Yeah. You nailed it with the table stakes.
Yes.
There you go.
Just throwing it right out there, right off the bat. Yes.
No, I'm excited. We got, the future direction of the company is here at the table. And
do you want to introduce the Commodore? And I don't know, was this a reserve corporal or captain or first mate?
That's what they're telling me, yep.
If he's your first mate, you better pick a better one.
Right. Exactly.
you want to start with the Commodore? Introduce yourself and tell us how you got the nickname Commodore.
I'm Dale Vanderford. I've been here about 6 months now, maybe 7 months. It's been having a great time. Currently the Commodore of the Inter-Lake Yachting Association, which is an association of about 135 yacht clubs.
Hey, what the hell you do here?
I'm the CIO. Sorry,
okay,
I guess
all right.
we
Now
missed
go
that.
back with...
You didn't ask that question.
So, Dale, you're our CIO, fantastic addition to our company. You've got a blue chip background, in IT and, huge, very important roles in your past. If you could, just start rolling with that a little bit. And I think it'd be good if you shared with our audience, Kevin, the vision, and the direction that you're rolling the company with, because we got a lot of faith in you.
Big shoes to fill here, I guess. I actually coming to UTEC, I'm coming back home of sorts because I started my career here in Ann Arbor for Washtenaw County for about 15 years. Started as a PC tech there, working on computers and worked
For the county.
For the county.
Yeah,
itself,
actually working for the county. That's awesome.
For the county. Ended up running that department for several years before I moved on to Plant Moran. They're number 6 accounting firm in the country. They do have a consulting arm as well. So spent about 7 years on the road doing IT consulting and management consulting for IT departments all across the country.
Yeah.
Got a little tired of being on the road, so I came back home. I live in Monroe right now, so that's the home of Lazy Boy.
Yeah.
So spent about 5 years there, kind of learning that business, and decided it was time to go back to internal IT stuff. So that's
finally got him out of the recliner.
Yes.
That sounds pretty cool. A quick question on that. So you're in public service, right?
Yes.
And then also consulting.
Yes.
And then manufacturing, basically, right?
And retail as well.
Right, and retail. So radically different areas,
Sure.
but what's the commonality?
Well, the commonality is just serving the customer and making sure that the needs are taken care of. Cybersecurity is paramount on anything we do, and that's become a lot more apparent in the last couple of years as the level of attacks have started to raise. It's really interesting over a short period of time, the number of things that need to be watched and monitored, and being able to jump in and correct those quickly have really increased.
Right, so short period of time. And I think a lot of that speaks to our company and our ability to pivot. And so introduce us to, we now know how
This
you
guy
got
over
the
here.
Commodore, but
Well, this guy's been on before, if they remember.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
A while back. Yeah, he's
Love Shack.
yeah, he has his own podcast. He's the expert on
This
this.
is actually my third time being on.
Third time, yes.
I'm a 3-time champion.
3-time champion.
KG veteran.
Yeah, he's all-time leaderboard now.
So I'm the
right,
only
yeah.
first-timer here. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, this is it, buddy.
So,
How does it feel? You going to make it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
we hope.
I haven't passed out yet.
So you've been in the business a long time. You come back, and then we couple you with a industry friend. I mean, a friend from us from a long time. A guy that's making a career change, and he's been in the mortgage business for thousands of years, right?
Thousands, yes, thousands.
And so tell us, Vince Parlove, about yourself.
I think you did a good job introducing me, but, it's 30-plus years in the mortgage business. During that time, I've made a lot of contacts, at the C level. And, Kevin, when you and I started talking about this, it was, can I come over and have those conversations, in an arena right now that's really everybody needs to be paying attention to. So, and I saw that in the last couple of years in the mortgage business, absolutely need to be paying attention to this because really everything that we have right now is a computer, whether it's, the copiers are computers now, your phones, your
right.
everything.
Right.
And really, yesterday was the start of my third week here. We have some tools and things that we use, internally to kind of identify some issues with folks. There isn't anybody, and I've ran probably 100 or so of these reports now. Everybody's getting popped in some ways and compromised in some way, and it's really, really eye-opening, to be quite honest with you. So.
Yeah.
So, Les, when you look at the talent sitting across from us,
Oh yeah, much greater than on this side.
when you say there's high table stakes and you lose, this is what happens. You know what I mean? We don't take the car, we don't take the house, and make them come work for us, right?
That's right.
You lose a bet.
Yeah, but both of you brought cyber up, and really within your first few sentences. What's the plan there, or what's the observations you're seeing out there?
Well, we're planning to go into a hyper growth mode here shortly, and that's Vince is going to help us with that. So we really want to take our message on the road and bring on some more people to be able to help them. But it's not only just cybersecurity; it's just IT services in general, because the cybersecurity is kind of the top of that stack. You need the stuff underneath, so all of your machines have to be in working order. The operating systems have to be up to date. All that stuff that nobody wants to worry about, but we do.
Yeah.
It kind of all adds up to being secure everywhere you can be. As Vince mentioned, these credentials are being leaked all over the internet all the time. So once those are out there, there's not a lot you could do to get those back in the toothpaste tube. But you can do some things to keep people out.
Share with us what the cost is for somebody to go out and buy your credentials on the dark web.
I don't know what that is. Do you know?
At the max, it's around $4 or $5.
Okay. I guess Les has been shopping. I haven't been shopping.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Well, Les lives in the dark web.
Oh, okay.
Well, but low end $1, high end 4 or 5, and you just go out there and purchase them at will.
Buy them in bulk.
You can, absolutely.
So the couple meetings that I've had with folks, kind of talking over the dark web situation, what they do is, they obviously show your domain or your email, and then they give you the first 4 characters of your current password.
Yeah.
And then they block the rest of it off because then you have to go purchase that for $1 to $4.
Right, exactly.
So you wouldn't believe the eye-opening. We just had one Friday where we presented the report, and people are like, just have their mouth wide open because everybody uses, the Iserman example, right?
Yeah.
We walked into the place and we knew right away who the Iserman person was. And her first 4 digits were YZER, right?
Yeah,
Of her password,
All right.
Which is crazy.
So if your name is Hillary Santo, please change your password.
Well, the problem with that is that people use those passwords in multiple places. So maybe they're using it at work, but then they're also using it at sunglasses.com, and they get hacked, and all of a sudden they can get in your network. Yeah. So it's very important to be able to use unique passwords, and we provide some of those tools to help you deal with that.
Yeah, and
they hacked us, and personally, Les and I, and they went in there and they saw our checking account. They called us, right, and they felt sorry for us.
Right,
they said,
exactly.
Hey, change your password, and here's a $25 gift card.
Yes.
We're trying to help you out.
Yeah, they felt bad. But, on the cyber thing, right, I do find it amazing that these companies, it isn't a guy in a basement with a hoodie sweatshirt like what's promoted on TV.
No, it's organized individuals and nation states that are running these things. Terrorism organizations, I know it kind of gets old hearing that over and over, but they're really an organized thing. Even the mob is into this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's big money here.
They have help desks, right? They have technical support to walk you through paying them, right? And it is a huge business.
If you go read, what happened to MGM, I mean, that was a very simple situation where somebody got behind the wall and then called up MGM's help desk that they're having trouble, and MGM helped that individual get even deeper inside. So that's I mean, you're talking
it's
about
sophisticated.
Yeah, it's sophisticated.
Yeah,
They're great social engineers, and that needs to be part of your training. It's
so
not just technical.
Explain what social engineering is, because I think it's fascinating myself.
Social engineering is taking taking advantage of that first level person. In most cases, it could be an upper level person, but calling them up and acting like they're from your IT department, getting you to give them your credentials or getting you to transfer money. I think Kevin gets about 4 or 5 emails a day of people changing their direct deposit. Not that Kevin would know how to do that, but they send it to him saying, hey, it's a real employee of ours saying, hey, I need to check my direct deposit information. Can you do that? And it changes it to their bank account. Now, Kevin is on the guard for this stuff, so he would never do that. But if you get some unsuspecting clerk, maybe it could happen.
Right.
Oh.
So one of the other things I've read about with the social engineering is typically they'll be behind your firewall for up to about 6 months.
They will be there quite a long time before you even know they're there.
Yeah. And
some tools will help you find that, but they in most cases they are.
And they're now using AI tools to mimic your writing style, your verbiage,
Your voice.
your voice. Yeah, and then they're using that to generate email correspondence between.
Sure. The days of the misspelled, poorly formatted, broken English, they're gone. They're using AI, and they're using it better than we are in most cases to be able to infiltrate and get what they need from you.
Yeah, so where do you think all this leads, guys?
It's out there. And any company that comes to you and says, hey, listen, we're going to stop it, it's not going to happen. That's really not the goal here. It's to have an awareness and know that it's happening and what's your plan. Because if obviously you walk in to work one day and everything's shut down and you can't get in anywhere and you're locked out. And this is happening and it doesn't even hit the press to a lot of different situations. I have a buddy that's in the pharmaceutical business and the billing system for folks and getting drugs and getting their insurance and stuff was hacked and shut down. Now you're talking about a life or death situation.
Right.
That's terrible, and it's happening out there, and it doesn't even hit the press.
I would think most organizations don't want it in the press just because of their own reputation.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not just big businesses that are being hit. Those are the ones you see.
Yeah.
There are many more times that the small businesses are being hit. They pay it quietly or they try to recover from it. And it takes them a long time. But, I heard a stat recently from our partner Sensei that I think 80% of these businesses that get hit go out of business eventually in the next 6 months to a year.
6 months to a year.
Small businesses, it's crazy.
Well, you brought up Sensei, and I think that a couple of things. One, we had some seminars where we did that, and I know we had a customer, not an IT customer, but a customer from the print side. He had gone to both of those, and he said, that was really good stuff. I'm going to make changes, And he's a small business. He said, I didn't think it even applied to me. And 2 weeks later, he shows up on over the weekend, and it black screen ransomware, and he's going through it, and he said, man, I wish I would have acted walking out of that meeting. But I think people need to take a look at that and get their Sensei score right and see what their risks are, and then work with somebody. And again, we'd love to get everybody's IT business right. If it's not us, but they got to find somebody to start instituting that and see where their risks are and what they have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, right now you're kind of going, you don't have to be embarrassed by it. You know what I mean? I think there's this, I've been hacked. It's, I don't want to tell people and things of that nature. You got to have a plan. And what's that plan when and if it does?
It's really not if anymore. It's when.
Yeah.
Just when and how bad.
Yeah. So what is the plan, Dale?
Well, the plan is to get all of our friends signed up as quickly as possible for our services, right? No, we really want to partner with our customers, new and current ones, just to have a conversation and see how they're doing, see what their needs are, just talk over where they're at and where they're going, just so that we can create good solutions for them.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I think the idea is here, we're not looking to replace anybody's IT department. Everybody's got their own way that they cook their chili, so to speak, internally IT-wise. You know what I mean? We want to have those conversations like Dale said, and then, maybe there's just a couple things that we can do that we can enhance the, what they already have working for them and, and help them out, because everybody's got a different flavor of what they got. You got a fix-it guy, you got a guy that's, that knows cyber or something of that nature. So a lot of times these folks or the internal IT departments don't have end-all be-all with everybody, and that's what we're trying to help out.
We got a guy.
Yeah, and if they don't have an IT department, we can be their IT department.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'd love that. You know what I mean? But there's all sorts of different combinations of how we can win here. We can all win.
So what do you think, Kev? What's your plan?
My plan? I'm going to sit back and watch these two experts go to town. No, I tell you what, our plan is we've been real excited, and it's not a plan, but happy to see the changes in a short time you've come in. I think like any great leader, right, you've been smart. You've taken a look, analyzed the team, assessed what you had, and now you're starting to make those changes. And I think that we're excited because we've seen a big uplift in the help desk people. They're excited. There's a new sense of energy, excitement. We're moving guys around, and I liked what you said one time, that this is not their job. It's just an assignment. We're rotating guys through, and so I think they see opportunities to touch different stuff. They know what they like, don't like, opportunities for growth, opportunities for improvement, and opportunities to excel in stuff they like. So
you got to keep it interesting so we can grow our employees so they stay with us. You can only answer phones for so long before you get kind of bored and you want to be challenged, right?
Yeah.
So moving people around gives a chance to see. We have various customers in various industries. So if you're working in schools today, maybe you want to go over to the corporate side and learn that stuff, and you're going to learn something bigger and increase that skill set and become more valuable to us and to yourself. So it's something I'm really committed to doing, is to growing our people and making sure that they stay around for a while.
Excellent.
It's easy to be proud of Dale, but maybe one of you two could find something you're proud of me of the first three weeks here.
all right, there's a long list. Where do you want to start?
Nah, Vince, you've done good. You've taken off.
Yeah. Give us a couple more minutes. It'll come to us, Vince.
Yes, exactly.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's where you work on your cutting of the video and things of that nature. So
it took a good 3 months.
You know what? You did wear those sunglasses the other week when you had the solar eclipse. So, I mean, you had the right glasses on. So you did something right.
I did.
No, but again, not to shortchange on that. What we've loved is just the outlook that you're wanting to take and working with Dale, in the sense that you said, hey, I'm going to go sit and have high-level conversations with the executives and CEOs, and you've been a small businessman yourself, right?
Yeah.
Owned a couple of different companies, sold companies, merged companies, worked for big companies, and you appreciate sitting there and thinking, oh my gosh, this is an expense. I got to spend money for all this stuff, and you're able to have that conversation with somebody and talk about why you got to do it,
Yeah, you really got to change the mindset in regards to an expense standpoint, because, this is happening. You got to talk about it. We got to have conversations about it. It can't be looked at as an expense. It's a cost of doing business. Right. It's really what it is.
It's an investment.
Yeah. Yeah, an investment.
Yeah, but it's got to be looked at from a risk management standpoint. Sure. So it's the CFO, the COO, the CEO talking about this stuff and having these conversations, and that's something I know you're comfortable at, and we'll excel.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think, Dale? You're leading the ship, Commodore.
Yeah, I guess so. No,
how do you get a cool name like Commodore? I mean, it's I know he explained it, but I don't know.
I got to cut him off. Tell us more about this in your little network group there.
I forget why I left off because I was abruptly cut off. I was just saying that really the Commodore is just the president of the organization. So you're just elected.
Oh, okay.
So
usually a multi-year commitment.
Vince, let me give you my perspective on this, right?
Okay.
You know boaters, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So what do boaters usually do on the weekend?
Be on their boat drinking.
And then, so
it's a sporting event.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a sport.
So then you got the guys that have got, like 15, 20-foot boats. Then you got the guys that got 35, 40-foot boats, right?
Gotcha.
And so now they call those guys yachters, right?
Gotcha.
Yes. Right. So now, so now those guys have got to organize to legitimize their weekend boating in.
Gotcha. So you have to have an organizational structure.
Right.
Hence Commodore. Okay.
So you form a club.
Right.
And then now all the clubs get together and say, hey, why don't we get together? So then somebody says, well, who's going to put all this together? Somebody's got to buy the beer, right?
Right, exactly.
So they create these titles.
Gotcha.
And Commodore is the grand poopah
of
all of them.
All right.
So this is where
somebody has to lead, right?
Somebody has to lead.
Someone.
So they give you a cool hat, and a
safety vest,
velour jacket that you get to wear around or something like that.
With the patches like you see on Caddyshack.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's got all that, and there's a wonderful photo of him online. If anybody wants to go out and venture of Commodore Vanderford. And anyway, that's how he got the name. He's an actual true Commodore, not just a nickname.
That bridges the gap now.
So it's a yin and yang, because the Commodore's done this on the weekends, right? Out there boating and drinking and being reckless. And
never on the water.
Don't ever go on Lake Erie. You know what I mean? Lake's not big enough for the Commodore and his friends. But then we got another guy here that's given up his weekends in the past to be a reserve police officer, right?
Yeah,
Serve the community.
that was a few years ago, but now it's crazy how that. But that was a cool experience. You know,
So reserve police officer,
Go ahead, say it, Les.
drunken motor.
Wow, we're being mischaracterized.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I know you run a tight ship.
Right. No, there's a lot of things going on. I mean, the Yachting Association it runs the oldest continuous running regatta in the country. 135 years, I think it is now. So it's been around a long time, and I'm not going to be the one to mess it up.
Yeah, right.
Gotcha.
Where is that regatta?
It's a Put in Bay, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yep. July, August. There's 3 of them.
That's not a party spot, or
No,
anything.
not at all.
No, it's not.
Which is pretty neat to see Dale standing in the boat with the binoculars like this, and you see his wife Teresa up in the front rowing.
As all the other boats come around and salute like they do. It's kind of interesting.
Can you give us a big land hoe?
Land ho!
There we go.
I think we better land ho this segment.
The
don't we?
levels went way out. Sorry about that.
Well, I'll just tell you from a business perspective, what I'm excited about it is there's a gap between the business pain, and the need. I mean, in a lot of places, it's an unrecognized need right now. But as it becomes more and more prevalent, and, so as an organization, we've got the right people in place, and, to fill that gap. And that, to me, is, from perspective for UTEC is what's most important or most exciting.
Well, I thank you for the confidence that you've instilled in us, and we're going to do the best we can. But I think we're going to we already are a great team, and so we're just going to do great things.
From as the owner of the company and where the buck stops, I'm excited because I take a look at Les's skill set, Vince's skill set, take a look at Dale's skill set, and from a delivery to our customers, what a wonderful opportunity for us to go approach and have conversations for all things UTEC, and then we've never been in a better position from a leadership team, and I'm excited to see the proactiveness and you guys all buy into the customer experience part of this. And so I think our customers are going to be real excited to see the changes if they haven't already. And I know a lot have, and I get the emails and the phone calls. So
Great.
Continued success, buddy.
Yeah. So, Dale, when you look around the corner, what do you see for your team?
Well, as we touched on before, is expanded skill sets, resolving problems more quickly, turning things around. We always have a voice on the end of the line. You never get an auto attendant when you call us, so you're going to get help fairly quickly. And so I just want to improve on that.
Yeah. And what type of expanded skill sets?
Around the areas of Microsoft things, 365, networking, it's where everything's moving to a cloud hosting of servers. AI is a big one. Maybe expanding into some software stuff later on, software development and things like that.
Yeah. I think there's a big misconception about the movement to the cloud. It's just like, okay, well, security, I don't have to worry about it. Microsoft take care of that. Or Google.
They do help, but certainly they've got thousands of people working to make sure that nothing gets in. They don't want their name in the news any more than we would want ours in there. But so it could help have that team behind you rather than Skippy, the server guy, just on his own if something happens. But it doesn't mean you can let your guard down. You've got to make sure that you've got all the tools in place and you're monitoring. And it's more of working as a team with those providers and then just handing it over to them.
I think it becomes even a little more important now because your data, who owns the actual data?
You'd have to read your user agreements, but most of the time the customer does. So you retain ownership of it.
Right.
It just lives there.
Yeah. So who's ultimately responsible if something does happen?
The business owner is responsible.
Exactly.
So Kevin's responsible.
Yeah. A lot of people don't believe that. Since they're storing it with Microsoft and using Microsoft 365, Microsoft is going to take.
Well, the customers whose data you're housing doesn't care where you're housing it. They were looking at you to keep it responsibly safe, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, they just want to wake up and know it works, right? They don't want to be shut down. They don't,
And it's not ending up in the dark web somewhere.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
So, Kev, you got anything else you want to dial up here?
Well, I would like to find out when the Commodore is on the boat.
Oh, boy.
What do we
What
have
kind of
here
bourbon
today?
do you? What flavor do you like?
Probably the lowbrow stuff. I'm not a
What?
bourbon guy, more of a vodka guy, but
All right.
That begs me to ask the question: how much is marine fuel a gallon these days?
I haven't checked. It was about $4.75 a gallon last fall. I'm not sure where it's at this summer yet,
Got it,
or the
right.
spring.
Well, maybe that's our problem. We're drinking bourbon, and to be Commodores, to fly that high like that and run with that crowd, you got to drink vodka.
Maybe this could power the boat. I don't know. It seems like it's a little strong.
So, guys, hey, here's to some great beginnings and a lot of success.
You got it.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Got it.
Thanks.